Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today is National Night Out. Hi, my name is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I'm an intuitive psychic medium here in the Sugar Land area. That's just outside of Houston. I work with my angels and guides to assist my clients in many areas of their lives, to bring them special messages from loved ones who have passed, to dialogue with their angels for guidance into their own situation, or to assist them with their own psychic abilities. If you like my content, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. First Tuesday of August, and so for 2021 that's August 3rd, but your community could be like mine and we do it on a different day. We don't do it on in August, we don't do it until October, but this is a great way to kind of get to know your neighbors, kind of get to know the police that really patrol your area, and a really great way to kind of find out the energy of everybody around you. One of the things I think is really important about learning about other people's energy is what energy they have kind of really emanates from their house. And everybody has that house in the neighborhood where they're kind of like, just don't feel that great about this, or this house just feels happy and joyful. And that has a lot to do with the people that are inside. So one of the things that's really important is to kind of keep your property cleansed and going in the right direction, so you're emanating the right energy to draw in the right kind of neighbors. So one of the things that I think is really fun to do is an evil eye. So I have these near my doors, but I also have them on the side of my houses as well, because it's really important to kind of keep that energy going in the right direction, and to know that it's important to kind of push their energy back to them so it's not affecting us near as much. One of the things I love to do when I clear and set the energy for properties that I'm doing or cleansing, I love to use crystals to kind of push that energy back if there's a neighbor that has negative energy, or it could be an old neighbor that lived there prior to the one that's there. I love to use crystals to emanate that energy back to them. And sometimes I have to use quite a large one. This one is a really large one, of course in the shape of a heart, but that energy will kind of push that negativity back towards them. One of the other ones I love to do, this one I bought, but I have made several of these. It's just a crystal ball at the bottom, and then you've got some different beads, but this can be put up in the windows on whatever side of your house that person lives on, in the window. And not only will it catch the light and disperse light, but it will also catch the energy and kind of disperse the energy back. That's really, really important to know. When we are saging our house, it's one of those, and we pass by that area and we kind of like, this neighbor always has like some negative energy. I may do some extra time over there in that area to allow that to kind of keep penetrating in and kind of cleaning up the energy that they've left or are not really dealing with themselves. Lavender buds. Lavender buds are a really cool one to kind of keep the energy kind of going in the right direction, and I may put some of those up in the seal, 2 or 3 of them up in the seal to kind of that window seal, to kind of get that negative energy cleansed before it kind of moves into my space. One of the things that I will tell people is really our home is where we kind of feel most comfortable, where we feel most at peace and home. And so if we're not keeping that energy protected there, we're picking it up from everyone around us. And that's important to know, because it's one of those, sometimes we don't leave our house for days, and then we'll be out and about or going on vacation or something like that, but that energy is still affecting our home and still affecting our property. So let's pull a couple of angel cards and hopefully get us a little bit deeper insight into National Night Out. This one literally just jumped out. Listening. When you listen to your neighbors, when you get to meet them at National Night Out, and when you really get to hear what they're saying, really think about the energy of what they're saying. A lot of times people will say all the right things, but sometimes it just doesn't feel right. And it's kind of like, kind of what the energy I'm getting from the words you're saying feel one thing, but your words are telling me something different. Does that make sense? And that's when you know you need to be aware of that. This one is really important. So many of us have young children living at our home, and their energy are still emerging. And if we're around a neighborhood or a neighbor that has really bad energy, it can affect the emerging energy as well. And so that may be something that that child needs to learn more about, protecting their energy or trusting their energy. Sometimes when children go, I don't really care for this person, I'll really kind of keep an eye on that, because I was like, there's something wrong with their energy. Children usually are very open and honest, and if there's someone they don't really like, it's kind of, maybe I need to be aware of this. I always tell people, children and dogs are always honest about energy. So if they're kind of backing off from someone or they don't like someone, I really keep track of that. It's kind of like, let's worry about that. Healing is the next card that I get. It can be very healing when we're around other people and kind of like hearing what goes on in their house. Kind of like there may be some things that we've learned differently. Sometimes it can be different hints, suggestions, or ideas that we're kind of like, wow, I can bring that into my home and maybe heal something that doesn't work right in my home but works right in their home. And that's always a really fun experience for us to kind of like, wow, this is really cool. This is really cool that they do this, or learn something a little bit differently. I have learned so many amazing ideas from my neighbors of recipes, or how to cook something, or different ideas or things that they learned as a child that maybe I didn't learn. Maybe they learned how to shovel snow, or they learned something differently from their parents. And that's a really great healing thing for me to know, is where did they get that lesson from? Where did they learn that insight? And I think that's the fun part of living in a neighborhood. Just having that insight of having other people around you that support each other and care for each other. It doesn't mean you need to be best friends with them, just means that you get to honor and support their energy of where they live, and usually their family as well. It's one of my favorite things. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.